My guest today is a renowned nutritionist based in UK, Liana Arampidou. Today we will talk about main nutritional deficiencies in children with autism spectrum disorder. I actually heard a lot of mothers saying, oh, you don't treat autism with diet, nutrition, supplements. But the question is not treating autism, is making your child feel better. And if there is another way that you can make your child feel better, so why not do it? I'm very happy, Liana, that you found time to share your practical experience. As far as I know, you're a mother of 4 kids and you have practical experience in your family. So could you please tell us about your background and about yourself? Thank you.
Hello. First of all, Alena, thank you for inviting me here. Hello to everyone that is watching this video. Fine. This is right. Yes, I am a certified nutritionist with a passion for working with children and also especially children with ASD. This is true that my background, first of all, I am a mother of 4. I have 4 children and my 3rd child has autism, but also global developmental delay. As Alena said, we had exactly the same experience. My child was developing absolutely normal. And I know that it was normal because she's not the first child, she was the 3rd child. So I could compare her with my other children, but she did regress. She did regress for some other reasons that maybe if you are interested, we'll mention it, but we will put it in brackets or something. She did start all the autism traits like clapping. We lost the eye contact. Michaela did start her first speech. She was saying, "Mama, give me where peekaboo," but that all disappeared, unfortunately. Today, I want to share my own experience as a parent with you, but also this experience with my child made me change my profession entirely. In the past, I'm an accountant. I was a financial director. My daughter was born in Cyprus. We lived in Cyprus. I'm Greek. But due to some other family issues and everything, my husband found a job in the UK and we moved to the UK almost 7 years ago. So Michaela was diagnosed in the UK, but she was born in Cyprus. Basically, what I want to share with you is that we can help our children. We can help our children through diet. It's not even diet, it's just an approach, a different approach in food and supplementation that may give our children the opportunity to learn. Because as Alena said, when your child has gut issues, and we all know, and if you are following different channels about autism, they all say that there is a direct connection between gut and brain. And even us as adults, we know, and I'd say in adults, the depression is also associated with gut issues. So the health overall is good, but the gut issues are the main thing.
So what are the main nutritional deficiencies in our children and children with ASD?
Well, children with ASD often have unique dietary patterns and preferences. And we all know that some children stick to their preferences. And in my practice, because I'm a nutritionist now, a certified one, I do have children when their parents are telling me that it's so difficult to give them a healthy. I understand. I totally understand it. I hear you and I feel you. But I would want to tell you the main deficiencies and the outcome of these deficiencies, so you understand that it's not just us talking, but how important it is. First of all, it's the deficiency of vitamin D. Many children with autism spectrum disorder have limited exposure to the sunlight, sometimes due to sensory issues. But again, we're in the UK and unfortunately we don't have that sun that often as we wish to have. So the main thing here is to give a vitamin D supplementation. Very important here don't give the supplementation just because you should give one. Check with a blood test, because vitamin D overdose is very toxic. You need to know the starting level, and the normal healthy level is about 60 to 70. I've never seen a child for the last 4 years of my practice in the UK that do not have the vitamin D deficiency. I don't talk now even about the ASD children, even the neurotypical ones, even adults. We need to check this level, because if we do have the deficiency in vitamin D, it can result problems in bone health, in immune function, and overall well-being. Again, the depression is also associated with vitamin D deficiency. The next one is omega-3 fatty acids. Again, it's difficult to feed our child with healthy fat. We're not talking about palm oil, for example. It's the fatty acids we're talking about is olive oil, it's butter, it's ghee butter, it's avocado. And to tell you this, yes, we all know that omega-3 is good, but it's very good and essential for brain development. This is what we want. So the supplementation of omega-3 is crucial for our children. Micronutrients, again, because our children are so specific with their diet, and mostly children really addicted to fast food because of not healthy
because of
things.
glutamate there and all
it's
this.
It's a glutamate,
additives,
exactly.
Yeah.
This is how it works. It's the addiction. It's the dopamine level that goes high, and when the child eats it, he feels good. It's like a drug.
Yeah.
Think about it as a drug. So basically, it doesn't have any micronutrients. And our children will have a deficiency in iron, magnesium. Magnesium is very important for the nervous system. So, and of course, there are some essential minerals also. The risk of deficiencies is very high. Again, fiber. Fiber is crucial for our gut health. And sometimes it's so difficult to give our children raw fiber, so any greens. Again, if it's difficult, we can help with supplementation. We can make some shakers with fiber, and this is crucial again. So basically, if I say it in simple words, if your child doesn't go to toilet for number 2 for 1 or 2 days, this is intoxication. And if your child is in this intoxication, it could be a brain fog, when you cannot concentrate on some things, when you're in pain. And imagine now when people are saying that it's not treatable, food is not that important, and for example, ABA or some other therapies are important. So imagine you having a hangover.
Yeah.
It happens. We're all adults here.
Imagine, it's not difficult to imagine.
Imagine how you feel. And now sit behind the table and answer some question. Is it the red or is it white? Is it 1 or 2? Or separate 2 different things? Would you be able to do it? Or would you just, throw things away and scream that someone needs to leave you alone? So this is how this would help you to understand how our children may feel when they eat not healthy food. So basically the last thing would be fiber. Yeah.
Actually, I can confirm this addiction because when, as I started to look into diet quite early, my son was eating broccoli, eating salads, and so we're actually now a bit easy up on that because he's now 10 years old. But when we moved to UK, now it's 2nd year, and I started giving him cheating a bit on the diet, and I can see that he now lost interest in eating broccoli, cauliflower. So I have to make them specifically tasty or with something, so that he would go back to eating to the, healthy diet. How to compensate these nutritional deficiencies. For example, if a child doesn't, like I said, addicted and doesn't want to eat anything except, pizza, pastas, and etc.
Well, again, first of all, as I said, the first step is to have to kind of build the bridge. So if there are deficiencies, we know we need to give supplementation. As I said, it could be vitamin D, but we have to check the level of vitamin D in blood. First of all, we have to give omega-3 fatty acids. And also some other supplements. Again, I can't tell you right now because normally I need to see the food diary and see what the deficiencies could be, because every child is unique, every child is different, exactly. The second thing is it needs to start from parents also. You cannot eat pizza and give broccoli to your child. It should be overall, the whole family should adopt a healthy eating. I know it's not going to be easy, but again, if you give two options where it's all individual, but you need to gradually introduce new food to your child, different textures, different flavors. Maybe sometimes you just need to put it on the table, have it on the table, so the child will get used to different colors. Maybe the child wouldn't even eat it, but the child would smell it. And again, of course, we need to see and recognize the child's difficulties. Are there any sensory issues, or if the child cannot swallow things, or if it's the texture, play with the texture, make it mushed just to start with. If it's a broccoli and the child doesn't like the color, try to hide broccoli in mincemeat, for example. Make meatballs with broccoli in there. Remember how we were implementing the solid food to our babies. We didn't just give them something. Make it small portions, hide it somewhere, and that will give the child the opportunity to learn that there are different textures. It's not going to happen in one day, not even a week, not even a month. Again, it depends on every child. Every child is different. If your child is 10 years old, of course, it will be more difficult to implement something. If your child is 5 years old, and again, if there is a broccoli on the table all the time, it will be much easier. And if there are any disorders, like food disorders with your child, work closely with OT, with your class teacher, with one-to-one if your child has one. This is a complex thing that it needs to be done not only from parents' side, but school needs to be involved. Any therapist needs to be involved. This is how it would work. At the end, you won't need any supplementation. Your child will get everything from food. This is
ideal situation. Yeah.
This is the ideal situation, exactly.
I also know that very important because this fat soluble like omega-3 and D3, it's quite important that the digestion works right and these fats really get to the brain.
Yes, that's right. Phospholipids and the fatty acids is crucial. I don't know where from. I think it's more from a sugary companies when they say that the brain works on sweet things, on sugar. Well, this is not true. The brain works on fatty acids because the brain contains fat. So when the organ contains fat, it works on the same structure, on fat. So omega-3 is crucial, is essential, and good fat is good for your child.
Yeah.
So it's olive oil, it's avocados, it's ghee butter, it's MCT oil.
Coconut
By the way,
oil,
MCT oil, coconut oil. Coconut oil sometimes is difficult to give because it has this coconutty flavor. MCT doesn't have any. So you can easily give it to your child. It's also good, the yeast overgrowth. But I think we can discuss
it's a
different
themes and
different. It's a separate
complex
subject, but it's good.
About the fat digestion, because you mentioned ghee butter. Also, I think what we started is just from making tests on intolerances and allergies, because very often they said it's lactose free and there is ghee butter. And my son had a reaction because one of the biggest intolerance that my son has is lactose and casein. So again, I think it's quite important, first of all, to find out, what you're...
Exactly. As we said, every child is unique. The intolerance test is one of the basic tests that I always recommend the parents to do. The first one is the organic acid test because we need to see where we can support the child in metabolic issues. The second one, as we said, because there is a connection between gut and the brain, we need to check the stool test. There is a stool test that is called the 3 days comprehensive stool test and the parasites, which again, have their own role in behavior issues. And the third one, as you said, is the intolerance test. Ghee butter actually doesn't have any casein or lactose in there. Just it's the specific way of producing it. It takes the casein out of it. But again, a different, unique reaction to different food is acceptable and it's normal. For example, my child had a severe reaction to cucumbers, which is what we're going to say.
It's just like water, yeah? Cucumber.
Exactly. So we had to take the cucumbers away. And this is sometimes when the parents say, oh, look, we got the gluten out, we got the lactose out, but nothing is happening. It's not the lactose, it's the casein, it's the protein that we have to take out. And again, there are researchers that confirm that gluten is not really good to any neurodevelopmental disorders, even in grown-ups. So it is a proven thing. It's not something that any nutritionist can tell you. It's a proven fact. It's on PubMed or any official medical website. But again, with our children, we have to be even more specific. We have to see where and what is food we should to exclude again to make our children's life easier and better.
Yeah. Well, it's such a complex issue. So it's not like you just press one button or give one pill or just give one vitamin, etc. You have to look into the digestion, how your bile works, what about your intestinal lining, etc. So it's really, really complex approach. But I've seen a lot of mothers that even starting it, even just taking away the main intolerances, made their child feel better, and a lot of symptoms like hand flapping or irritation, red cheeks, etc. they were gone.
I just wanted to add that the first thing that would go away straight away is exactly as you said, is the rush, is the hands clapping. The hands clapping is basically the reaction to sugar, any sugar. And sometimes, even though it's not the sugar itself, but it could be even the fructose on some fruits like grapes, like bananas. What really helps if you, for example, decide to make a healthy diet, implement in your everyday life a food diary. So basically you put what your child has eaten and the reaction. And you would see the connection between, for example, banana or grapes intake and the giggling or something else. And then you would make your own conclusions how the food and the behavior issues are connected.
Thank you so much, Liana, for being with us today. Thank you so much for your insights, for your advice, for your experience. And you have a lot more information on your channels on Instagram and Facebook. So we will put that information below. So thank you so much. And I'm actually looking forward already for our next meeting because we have so many subjects to discuss. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you again for having me. It was my pleasure to be here to give a shed of light and to this important topic. If anyone has any questions, reach me out on Instagram or here in comments. I will be more than happy to help or to give some advice. Thank you.
Thank you and see you soon.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.